What is this very rusty metal object found on an archaeological dig? We are all stumped. It was found alongside a bunch of square and wire-cut nails and calcified bone fragments on a primarily Euro-American site. I can't be specific about the location, but it was found in the northeast of the US. It seems it has something to do with construction, but we don't know the exact purpose. It is only about 4 inches long, if that helps. Does anyone have any ideas? It's an 18th century ice creeper, designed to prevent slipping on ice and hard-packed snow. They were tied to the wearer's instep to help prevent slipping on ice in the winter months, and were widely used by soldiers, laborers, and civilians. Archaeologists frequently excavate them at Revolutionary War sites like Valley Forge, as well as cold-weather military outposts like the French fortress of Louisbourg. What is this thing in the garden of my house, built in 1899? It is set in concrete, and I've built around it over the years, as you can see. Any information would be greatly appreciated. It's an antique blacksmith's post vise, also known as a leg vise, from the late 19th to early 20th century, designed to rest on the floor for heavy-duty forging work. This is what a complete one looks like. It features a prominent vertical leg to transfer the force of hammering directly to the ground, preventing damage to the workbench. Pretty cool bit of history for your property. What is this, some sort of tool we found underneath an old sidewalk that was excavated at work? It looks like it's been buried for several years. It isn't sharp, but it is shaped like a knife with a definite handle. Our first assumption was an ice skate blade, an old shoehorn, and some sort of bent trowel. Can anyone help identify what this might be? It's a bumper guard off of a 1940 Pontiac Deluxe. I've worked on antique cars for over 50 years. It's an upright piece that bolts onto the split front or rear bumpers. It provides extra protection against minor impacts, while adding Art Deco styling to the Silver Streak era aesthetic. What's this truck carrying in Sydney, Australia? It's oversized spheroid objects that appear joined, painted yellow, orange, and black. When I got closer, it appeared quite shiny, so I thought perhaps it could be made of glass. However, that appearance could be obtained by the glossy paint, and it could be made of plastic for all I know. I first thought it might be part of some kind of infrastructure, but now I have no idea. Does anyone have any information? It's part of an art installation called Monument for Fishes, and will be installed in Waterman's Cove in Barangaroo, South Sydney. The company I work for did the foundation work, so I did recognize it. The sculptures are colourful, abstract structures installed directly in the water, designed by Australian artist Mikala Dwyer. The area is designed to improve public access to the water with a new promenade and boardwalks. Can someone please tell me what this tool is? It's around 11.5 inches long. It is stamped Sheffield on it, and it just opens and closes via the ratchet setup. My first assumption was a plastic bag sealer, or antique safety wire pliers. Hopefully someone can figure this one out. It's a 19th century castration clamp, a specialized veterinary tool used for the bloodless castration of livestock. Here's a similar one from an 1886 Arnold & Sons veterinary catalog. It applied high pressure to the spermatic cord, effectively crushing the blood vessels and nerves without breaking the skin. This crushing stops the blood supply to the testicles and significantly reduces the risk of open wound infections, blood loss, and complications like tetanus. What is this antique wooden item posted on a Facebook group? The poster did not put enough details on it. He just titled it with, "I know what this is. Do you?" Some suggestions in the comments are that it was used for pressing meat, a cheese press, or a book press. Do you have any ideas on what this could be? It's an antique wooden deadfall mousetrap, used by farmers during the 19th century, before it was gradually replaced by industrially manufactured traps. You raise the heavy central wooden block, and you wedge the small stringed stick between the bottom of the wooden block and the trigger board. There's a small groove at the end of the trigger board, where you wedge the one end of the stick. As the rodent approaches and steps on the board, the block falls to kill the pest. What is this thing I found around 4 feet down in a hole I was digging? It appears to be porcelain with a wire through it, and it measures approximately 1 inch tall and 1 inch in diameter. I'm thinking it's an electric fence insulator. Does anyone have any idea where it could have come from? It's a 19th century porcelain beer bottle stopper. It was fitted with a rubber gasket on the narrow end and forced into the narrow mouth of the bottle to seal it, which became an industry standard for reusable, resealable beer. These stoppers were widely used until the early 20th century when the single-use metal crown cap took over. It was patented on February 7, 1893 by Carl Hutter of New York City. What is this item I found in a used golf bag? We think it's a one-hitter, but it looks really small. No maker's mark or any logo on it, and it's not hollow. Any information about it would be much appreciated. It's a vintage golf ball cigar punch. It creates a neat, clean hole while keeping the cigar's cap almost entirely intact, which can sometimes create a more complex and intense flavor experience. Place the bladed end of the cigar punch flat against the center of the cigar's cap. Apply light pressure on the punch while simultaneously and slowly rotating the cigar or the punch back and forth. Then carefully pull the punch cutter straight out. The small plug of tobacco from the cap should come with it. What are these round metal objects in an abandoned grocery store in the back? We can't work out what these do at all, and we have been trying to figure this out for weeks. There are no legible writings or engravings on them. What are your thoughts? These are parts of the spinning carousel that they hang bags on. Like Walmart back in the day used to have a spinning wheel of bags so that the cashier could continue to bag while you grab your stuff that they've already bagged. What is this thing with a spool fixed on a bracket? The spool rolls in the fixed position on the bracket, and I think it may be something for sewing. I have no idea where to even start as far as Googling what it is. I thought it was a wheelo at first, but nope. I'm at a loss. I've been stumped on it for quite some time. What is this called, and what is it used for? Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.